Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video I want to talk about CRO and I want to talk about the crypto market in general, because as we can see right in front of our eyes, it's pretty much red. We've got Casper and OKB up, slightly up, but overall the market's red, the sentiment's down. People are thinking we're not going to have this bull market anymore. We are going into a bear market. We're going to keep dropping down. We're going to drop down to 50, down to 40. And the sentiment is really, really stale. And we can see here at the moment, fear and greed, 49. It's like it's just neutral. You got one half people saying we're going to go up. The other part are saying we're going to go down. And it's like, well, come on. What are you going to do, Bulls? Are you going to pump it for us and get, actually make some big moves to the upside? Because we saw a little bit of it yesterday, didn't we? And then suddenly it's just faded off. It's like we just keep on hitting resistance and fading off. And all we want, we've been through, especially a lot of us have been through the bear market, and now we're getting sideways action all through summer. All through summer, it was like hope that we're going to pump to Valhalla. And even I thought that, but it's just been sideways action, just chopping around. It really has been really, really awful. And we can see on the alt season, we've dropped down. We're down to 33% at the moment. Bitcoin is still in charge at the moment. Bitcoin is doing what it's doing. But let's have a look at CRO at the moment. Yeah, we're up around about 19% on 24-hour volume. We're sitting at around just over 5.5 million in 24-hour volume. And basically, we're up. Well, actually, we're low of now. We're just shy above $2 billion. So we're down 3.71%. It's like I said, all the alts at the moment are just getting obliterated all the time. We have this bit of a pump and then we get a big pullback. But bullishness hasn't really changed, or bearishness hasn't changed. It's still bearish at 14% and bullish at 86%. I see sentiment through all the space at the moment. It just seems to be what, like I just mentioned, one half is negative, one half is positive. And that really is. And we really, really want this to play out. I think we're just waiting to see what happens in the elections in the United States of America. It could well be. But at the moment, it's just whale games. That's all it is at the moment. Just whales playing their games and institutions playing their games. It really is. But when you really, really look at what Crypto.com and CRO are doing in terms of CRONOS ecosystem, we can see here, AI Bert, again, I mentioned him yesterday, give him a follow. He says, whenever I write a post about Crypto.com exchange volume trends, I get many questions more than I answer myself. One of the more common ones is, why is Crypto.com is growing so fast? Why now? I found someone who can answer this for me. They say the picture is worth 1,000 words, and here are two for you. So we've got here Chris, the CEO of Crypto.com. This was back a few months back. Lots of institution clients and VIP traders onboarding in the last couple of months. Robust APIs, fiat access, good support, strong retail flows. Besides taking the #1 rank on spot derivatives and open interest, grew 4x to 1 billion. And it says here, the block says Crypto.com is the top USD support exchange in spot crypto trading volume. And it just goes on to say, sometimes in August, Chris posted about, which we've just spoken about, confirmed that Crypto.com is an increasingly sought after platform among companies seeking exposure to crypto assets. With the growth of the volume traded on Crypto.com in September, new spot volume all-time high, we can only imagine that the trends to accelerate further will likely continue to do so in the foreseeable futures as TradeFi and conventional business ventures into the crypto space. So why isn't CRO doing it? Crypto.com are going to all-time highs, but CRO is just flat. And at the moment, I'm just waiting for the traction of the CRONOS ecosystem. I feel Crypto.com are doing their bit of onboarding new users. Obviously, people will be getting their new Visa cards to be staking on DeFi, but obviously what we want to see is more traction in terms of the CRONOS ecosystem. But Crypto.com says there will be a sign. We will get that green candle. It's all about being positive. It's all about being very patient. And I know a lot of us out here have been patient through the bear market, through the sideways over summer, and now October's here. We've got a lot of people, including myself, who said October, But at the moment, at the beginning, it just seems to be sideways. So hopefully, later on in October, we will get those moves. Nothing's ever guaranteed in this. Nothing's ever guaranteed in life that we are going to get this bull market. But I really do think this bull market is just about to get started, and it's going to take time. Whales are manipulating it. Institutions are manipulating the market at the moment. That's how I'm feeling. But CRO at the moment is one of those. It is. It's just one of those coins that just out the blue will just do an explosion. And we can see here we've just been on that downward trend at the moment. We just dropped down to just over 7.5 cents at the moment. So we have pulled back. I don't really want to see this, but we're still just sitting on that trend line. We can see it just there, sitting on the trend line. And I really, really want the bulls to step in and obviously push it up here. So you could see this as an opportunity. If this is an opportunity to DCA in more into CRO, I DCA every day, like I say in every video, because I've got my anti-white card, DeFi, earn, whatever. You know, I could keep going on. I'm always earning CRO some way. So I'm always DCAing. Maybe, you know, this is a DCAing opportunity. I don't really want us to fall below the trend line. I really don't want that to happen, you know, because we could come back down to close to 7 cents in one eyes, or go even down. If Bitcoin really, really plummets down, we could go to 6.5 cents. But I don't really want that to happen. I want us to hold this line, which we've got at the moment. We've got a lot of support at the moment around this kind of area. But I don't want to see this. I want to see us to push up. I want us to break these resistance and get back up over that 10 pence mark. That's where I want it. Get to 10 pence mark. Get back up to 18 pence and get up to 20 pence. That's where I want us to. I want us to get up to this area here. There's nothing in between here in these nodes. There's nothing here at all to stop us from moving up. It's just this area pressure of resistance around this area. So obviously, it all comes down to what Bitcoin does. But overall, when we look at what CRO's Crypto.com is doing and also what the CRONOS is doing as well, CRO needs to follow. And what I would like to see, Chris, the CEO, and some more people from Crypto.com in terms of who work for Crypto.com to start to talk a little bit more like they used to in the bull market of 2021 to talk a bit more about CRO coin. Now, I think they're going to catalyst if Chris starts to talk about CRO again and we get some burns again and we start to get traction on the CRONOS ecosystem, and then that's when I really do think we will start to see some movement up for CRO. Now, some of the institutions, what they say they're onboarding, VPs, obviously I would have thought some of them would be buying CRO and that, but we're not seeing that movement just yet. But like I said in previous video, last bull market, if you zoom out, if I just quickly go to, let's go to the 5-day for an example. But if we look on the 5-day here as well, it's like we've got very quickly here, we've got the same pattern here. We had that big pump up, a big pump up, downwards action, and then we're getting it again, downwards action again. And then look at that, we've got about 1,000% uptick, which nearly took us to $1. And again, we're coming down again. Are we going to get that bounce off and start to move up? Are we going to get Bitcoin dominance starting to top out and starts to fall? As soon as that starts to fall, that's when altcoins will start to move, because right now, altcoins, as I could just mention, is at 33%. So we're nowhere near getting to close to alt season yet. But if that dominance starts dropping down, then that is when we're going to get the start moves to the upside for things like CRO. But what we're seeing at the moment is just a lot of meme coins at the moment, which have just been popping off, like PopCap, for an example. But you've just got to hold tight with CRO. You've got to patience. I know it's very difficult to keep your patience when something's not really moving like that, like you want it to move. But, you know, you really do have to be patient, because, like I said, if I sold all my CRO now, it's just my luck that we will end up rocking it up to $1 or something like that. So I'm being very patient, holding on here and that. So let's have a quick check on what Bitcoin's doing at the moment. Yeah, so before we just get into the Bitcoin chart at the moment, we can see that at the moment we've got China's stock rally fizzles as stimulus news disappoints. So basically we've had a bit of a pullback in China at the moment in the stock markets, because like it just says here that the stimulus is fizzles out. The stock market rally in China has fizzled out a highly anticipated announcement on plans to boost the country's ailing economy. It's disappointing investors. Basically, at the moment, the Chinese government are just holding off with injecting more stimulus in, as basically shares had jumped over 10% as trading restraints after global weak holiday, but fell back after news of confidence by the country's economic planners. At the moment, they've just really been holding off, and hence why the market has been slightly pulling back. I had that bit of an uptick on Bitcoin yesterday, but overall it's been pulling back. But also, we just got to bear in mind as well, we've got the focus remains now on the CPI data that's coming out on Thursday. And obviously, this will be a market mover and that. So depending what we get from CPI data will also ignite what will happen in the next FOMC meeting. Will we get that 50 basis points still, or will we go down to 25 basis points? They might not need to cut as hard as they had to previously. So it all, obviously, with the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, it's all about data, and that's what they're coming out of. So if the data comes out in a positive way, then there might not be any need to cut rates as significant as they have done before. But if it, on the vice versa, it does, then they may well put that 50 basis points at the moment. But that's at the moment. I'm thinking why the market is just chopping sideways. It's waiting for this data to come back out on Thursday. So if you are trading on Thursday, it's going to be quite a highly volatile time as well. But looking at Bitcoin charts at the moment, we can basically see here that we've got this line of areas which is highlighted white. We had that pump up, you can see yesterday, we had that nice pump up, came up to resistance, and we pulled back down. At the moment, we've got this area of resistance around about, which is about $64,500. That is the area of resistance we've got at the moment. And we can zoom out a little bit more, and you can see here how many times we've hit this area. I want to see us to get above this area here, which is obviously get back up to about $65,000 and create that as area support. And obviously, if Bitcoin pumps up to there, then we're going to get things like CRO and altcoins start to make moves back up to the upside again. But obviously, at the moment, Bitcoin just keeps on smacking its head on this area of resistance here. But then we've got this area of resistance up here as well at 65,500. Hopefully, like I said, we could get back up to there at the moment. So obviously, we've got a green dot being formed at the moment. But obviously, if we start getting stimulus into China again, and obviously, if the data comes out more favorable for the economics as well in the US, then obviously that could be a market rally as well. But do not forget, one thing I have forgot to mention that we have got in the coming weeks, we have got the presidential election. Now, obviously, if Donald Trump gets in, I might be wrong on this, I do think we may well rally. But some people have said it could be buy, sell the news event, who knows, and that. So be very careful. Anything like this, it could be sell the news event, but we might not do. It might be a pump. But there again, Kamala Harris might get in, and again, Bitcoin might not care and wants to pump up to the upside. So you just got to bear these facts into mind. But overall, Bitcoin is coming up to resistance. The altcoins have been pulling back. CRO has just been chopping sideways. But hopefully, at some point close into this week, into this month, that we will start to get those rallies to the upside. Because at the end of the day, everybody's very neutral. You've got one side who's negative, one side is bullish. Hopefully, it pays off. I want to be bullish. I don't want us to drop down anymore. All I want to see is the market to rally, the bull market to continue, and for all of us to make a lot of money. That's what I want us to see happening. So, give us a like and give us a subscribe. It's always much appreciated, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.